Hi, I'm Big Bear Mark, and welcome to the Bear Cave. Today, I've got with me some good friends, Nick Laws and Steve Scalone. Hi guys, how you going?
Thanks for having me.
Great.
Good. Today on the Bear Cave, we're going to be talking about marriage and gay marriage. Well, or should we be recording it gay marriage? I don't know. But marriage for us and in the bear community and what that can mean. Now, Steve, one of the things I think about marriage is one of the worries I have is that I believe in the gay community and in the bear scene, we have been able to do things our own way for a long time. So we can do things like we can have polygamous relationships, if I can say it properly, and we can have whatever relationships we want. I'm worried about that this may put pressure on us to conform. Have you got any views about that?
I actually think, once again, it's an individual's personal preference. Me personally, I don't think I would want to get married just for the sake of marriage. But yeah, once again, it's if two people are totally committed and they think that this is a formal union to kind of express their love, then all for it. Go for it, no matter who they are. Yeah, so I think it's a very personal kind of decision.
Yeah. Nick, what do you think about marriage?
I think this is like, if you're going to do it, it's like, part of it is that promising yourselves to each other sort of thing. And it's just like the words are along the lines of, to having to hold whatever it is, to exclusion of everyone else sort of thing. And I think that's probably where that is, so that's good. But I suppose, it's like rules, rules are rules sort of thing, rules are broken, I suppose. But, it's just interesting, the wording of it. What is marriage actually about? Is it to one person only sort of thing? It's just...
Well, that's it. I mean, we've got the society construct where we believe that marriage is a monogamous thing, but is it? I mean, even people can get married now, straight people, they cheat on each other all the time. They have open relationships. Now, we were talking in a previous episode about open relationships. Do you think people can still get married and have an open relationship?
Yeah, I can't see why not. It all depends on their beliefs, really. Like, most people would have grown up with some type of religion. So I grew up as a Catholic, and their belief is monogamy. Once you get married, there is no divorce, all that type of thing. A true Catholic anyway. So, and I believe that some kind of Eastern religions and that type of thing allow polygamy and things like that. So once again, I think it gets back to your own beliefs and your own decisions. Yeah, it's personal.
Exactly. Nick, I kind of agree with Steve there, but if you met someone who wanted to get married, would you be up for it?
It's a hard question, that one. It's just like, if it was the right person, yes, I would. It's just like, yeah, definitely. It's one of those, and it is on that a personal basis, I think, with it, as to whether you do. But I suppose, sort of like coming from the other things that come from it as well. It's like, the sort of legal obligations and those sorts of things. You know what I mean? It's just sort of like, I suppose formalising something, whereas it's just like previously, it's sort of like an unformalised relationship. It can sort of be a bit of a thing that's just going along. As opposed to something that's actually more secure, you know what I mean? Or sort of like, something in sort of writing there, I don't know, I suppose is a way to describe it.
Yeah, one of the things I find is, it's a bit of a strange subject because I always imagined that I would never get married. Even from a young age, being gay, you just don't think about that. I resigned myself that I would never get married. And I think at the moment, I wouldn't be rushing to get married just because, my partner doesn't want to either, but it doesn't factor in our lives. Would it factor in your life at all, Steve? I
guess from my point of view, it's not that I don't want to, it's just I don't personally see a need for it. But I can actually see why a lot of couples would want to. Like, I've heard horrible stories, mainly in the States, where de facto relationships have been kind of shut out of hospitals and next of kin and will kind of legalities and things like that, purely because they actually don't have any kind of proof that they've been together for 15 years and to me that is unexcusable. It's awful.
Yeah, and I've heard the same thing in Australia, actually. I've heard of cases where a partner has died and the family has frozen the other partner out, which is horrible. But should we be getting married just for legal reasons? You know?
Yeah, no, not at all.
No. No?
Yeah, I'm on two sides of that. It's just for the sake of protecting your partner. You know, if anything, you know what I mean, from a point of view of that if you had that sort of situation where, you know, if they weren't well or whatever like that, a hospital situation or something like that, I mean, how awful to be locked out on something like that if, you know, that was the case, you know what I mean? It's just, so from those other sides, but, you know, just from the union sort of point of view, it's not so much that, but from the formalities of the relationship, I suppose, there's a side to me that says, you know, it seems like a good idea.
Yeah, and I also want to touch on the fact that, okay, if we have gay marriage, do we then seek recognitions for polyamorous couples and different types of relationships? I mean, people are worried in the community at the moment that that's where it may lead, but is that something that we should be looking at after the fact?
Well, but I suppose who defines the marriage is what it comes down to. It's just why are we defined as one person married to one person sort of thing with our our legalism? And I'm not legal at all, but you know why has that definition been around for so long with it, and why can't it change as well? You know what I mean? It's.
Do you have a view on that, Steve?
No, that's a tricky one.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's tricky.
It's a hard question.
It's a hard question.
Yeah,
I mean, personally, I believe that people should be able to have a relationship that they want, and it should be legally viewed. I mean, there are obviously boundaries. I mean, you know, obviously when we come to things like bestiality and stuff, no, okay.
Yes,
but you know,
understand.
obviously
Consenting.
for consenting, it's a huge subject, and again, we could talk for ages about marriage and all the different types of relationships we can have, but we won't.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Nick. Thank you very much, Steve, for being
Pleasure.
on the Bear Cave today.
Thank you.
I'm Big Bear Mark. Thank you for being with us today, and we'll catch you next time on the Bear Cave.